Not sure about the game, but the after party was reason to coach for another 10 years. Unbelievable. That never gets old. And I thought, honestly, with our fans deserve so much credit this year because we lost 2 home games. They stuck with us the whole time. And I don't know if anybody left today. It was unbelievable to me. And I'm as appreciative. I guess I'm a blessed coach. I got a team that's been maybe as solid academically, athletically, and socially as I've had, and I have fans that have stuck with us. And they've had a hell of a year, though. You know, when you look at football and basketball and women's basketball and volleyball and golf and all the other sports, it's kind of great to be a Spartan right now, and hopefully we all appreciate what we got. Today was a strange day. You know, we didn't guard very good early again. They made some shots, too. To give them some credit, they made some shots they haven't been making. They were a poor three-point shooting team coming in, and today they shot the lights out. Started early. I didn't think we guarded very well early, but Loving's a hell of a player. I told you that. I didn't think it was a 20-point game, the last one. And we prepared, but there were a lot more distractions than a normal senior night. Not all bad, just everything that went on. But for Costello to get, you know, his 11 or 12 rebounds, whatever he ended up, and 15 points, another double-double, but maybe as important to get a double-double in the Big Ten. There just hasn't been many players that have done that. A lot of very good players haven't done that, and he probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. For Denzel to finish up with 27 points, 13 assists, you know, only 2 turnovers, incredible. You know, he's slacking on the rebounding, getting only 4, but I guess we'll give him a little reprieve on that. And you know, Brent Forbes gets 14 points in what seems like a ho-hum day for him, but you get 14 points, you get a rebound, you get a couple assists, you get no turnovers. Just kind of the way you want to go out. And then before the game, Deontay, I've been telling him all the time that someday he's going to owe Kobe money for the help he's given him with the scout team and everything. And he kind of, you know, talked about maybe Kobe should start. And, you know, I was wrestling with it early. But when a player says something, it's even more impressive, especially a player like him. Now, did it hurt him? Because he didn't have one of his better days, maybe. But it'll be a lasting memory to me. And more importantly than me, it'll be a special day for Kobe and his parents, who very seldom get to see him play. So defense was a little shabby at times. Their offense was good. Our offense was phenomenal. And we're moving forward. But next week we'll talk to you about what we have to do defensively to shore up a little bit. And right now we're just going to enjoy the moment and tell you that I've never been prouder of a group. And the group is players, managers, assistant coaches, all the auxiliary staff, my AD, my president. Everybody was here today to do something. And special day. It'll go down as one that I'll remember as long as I'm alive. Questions?
Tom, over here to your left. You had 29 assists on 34 baskets, and I asked Thad about, once again, you guys getting more assists than other teams are even getting baskets, and he said that is what separates this Izzo team. Would you again address, seems like we've done it every game, the unselfishness of this squad?
Well, first I want to thank Thad, too, because at the end of the game, when I dragged out the Spartan tradition that sometimes could be looked at as in somebody else's face, and the first thing I did is I semi-apologized, and he said, "Are you kidding me?" You know, he was so classy about it and so great, and said he's done some of that himself, so that's number one. Number two, I think he's right on the money. He's evaluated us well. When you have that kind of assists, when you're getting, I don't know what percentage we are now, 72, 73% of your baskets are on 7 out of 10 baskets, 7.5 out of 10 are on passes. You can find some teams that are barely getting 50%. And I think that does speak of this team. Now, it speaks of the unselfishness of the team and the ability to make shots. You can look at it both ways.
Tom, where are you most impressed with Denzel's growth over 4 years?
You pick an area. I mean, he was always a good student, but, he's going to graduate. He's taking like 2 classes to graduate, so he's ahead there. You look him off the court, came in a little like every freshman, and I think he's grown there tremendously. I think he was always a leader by example, and he became a leader by, by talking. And that's a big step for a guy to take, and he's done a better and better job of that. His ball handling skills have improved. His shooting has improved enormously, and everybody deserves credit from that, from his dad to his brother to the GAs that I've had, his brother Drew when he was here, Austin and TK, the managers. Everybody deserves a little credit, but Denzel deserves the most credit. And then his defense. I mean, he has taken remarkable strides each year. And I guess I'd have to say last but not least, his body. He doesn't have one of those Adonis bodies, even though he works hard at it. But this year he really cut his percent body fat, and he just made himself better in every aspect. I don't know many guys that have improved in every aspect of the game like he is. And I reiterate what I've said a zillion times in the last 2 weeks. I love, another candidate or two out there, but I prejudicedly will say that I think he's the player of the year, and the reason I say it is the things I just told you. Now, that's unfair because I don't know what a couple other guys have done, but I do know what he's done, and he's done it at a high level, and he's done it playing some of the best teams. Our league has been very good over these 3-4 years. Our preseason competition has been off the charts these 3-4 years. We kind of forget, they were talking about did Oklahoma, did Buddy win that thing on the Kansas game? That was a triple overtime game, and he was unbelievable. I mean, I was cheering for him. And then all of a sudden I forget Denzel had 29 points, 13 assists, 14 rebounds or something like that when we played Kansas, and it wasn't a triple overtime game. So when you look at those things, this kid he's done it, and he's handled the pressure of it. He's handled the pressure being in his hometown. I love all 4 of them, but I will miss Denzel because he was the closest thing to a player coach you could have.
Tom, forgive me for somewhat being unfair here, but can you rank this senior class with some of the other great ones that you've had come through here?
Well, I said, it's hard to. It's really hard to because somebody will get insulted. I don't want Mateen mad at me, that's for sure, because that'll be tough on me. And I don't want, I saw Chris Hill in the stands and his group. And, Day-Day, I definitely don't want him mad at me. But if I took all the aspects of it, what they did on the court, off the court, in the classroom, in the community, this team has to rank 1 because all 4 guys are graduating. It's not even an issue. Kobe's going to be operating on me someday. I mean, I don't want to insult him. The hell with Mateen. I don't want to insult Kobe. He could be taking care of me later on in life. I think Matt has grown a lot. I think Bryn has grown a ton. And when you get that kind of growth, it means that, coaches will get some credit for it, but it's the players and the players around them and the players that are holding each other accountable, and Bryn pushing Zell and Zell pushing Bryn. And so, who knows? There's so many ways to look at it. I guess one way to look at it, though, we'll see in the next 3-4 weeks how good they are.
Speaking of that, Tom, you mentioned in your speech, I think you said this is the 4th team you felt like you could win with. So going into the tournament, and can you remember the exact years of the other 3 then? 2001?
Yeah. 2000, 2001, definitely. I thought 2010 we had a chance because the field, but, we lost Kalen and this and that. I thought 2014, is that 13?
2 years ago.
14. I thought, even though we had all those injuries at the end of the year, but we got back together, we won the Big Ten. I thought that was the best team that had a chance to win it because we had size, we had guards, we had a little bit of everything. And then this one, that doesn't take anything away against 99 or 05 or 09. I don't think it would have mattered how good we were. We ran into the Los Angeles Laker Carolina team, and that, they were so good that year. And so some of it was what we have a chance to do and some of it how good the other teams are. And I think, don't get me wrong now, we can get beat in the first round. I've seen other teams do it. Just the way it is in that one and done time. But I say going in, the best chance. It's been the best chance in for sure 3 years and maybe one of the two best chances in the last 10 years.
Talk about the first half you got from Schilling and why he didn't play much in the second half.
He should have played a little bit more in the second half. We played Marv, and Marv was playing pretty well. Schilling, I thought, did an incredible job the first half. He was the one shining moment for us and deserved to play more. And, like a good coach, I'll blame my assistants for that. But I won't blame anybody. I think everybody had an understanding who was going to play. We were, going to leave the seniors in there a little bit. And there just wasn't as much time. And instead of getting 4 minutes at the end, I decided that I thought those guys deserved to play. And that's the only reason. But Schilling made a big impression on me today. He started scoring the ball. He started rolling harder. He started rebounding. He was good on the ball screens. But we didn't do as good a job. DJ said to me on the bench 3 times, I did a poor job. I should have got Zell out more. We should have got Matt out a little bit more. And maybe that's why they were tired, made some sloppy plays. So we'll evaluate ourselves and rip ourselves a little bit too. But on senior night, I've pulled enough guys throughout the year. They deserve to have a few extra minutes in there, as Schilling will next year.
Tom, right here. I think you mentioned it a little bit with the assist statistics, 72%. Is there any other? There's a lot of numbers that highlight the regular season for you guys.
The numbers are ridiculous. I am the farthest things from an analytics guy there is. I know the pro basketball is going more to analytics, and I'm not a big fan of that. I'm a fan of your heart, not your numbers. And I almost despise it. But if I look at the analytics, my God, I kept looking at the Big Ten stats, and I said, this is a joke. How many we're either 1 or 2 in everything, just about, But then a guy asked me something 2 days ago. He says, well, if you don't like the analytics, how do you like the eyeball test? And that's kind of more my style, and I don't like it quite as much as the analytics because I'm a negative SOB, but I do like it. And I said, we're playing good, we're playing hard, we're sharing the ball. So I guess that's why you're picked high, because both analytically and eyeball-wise, we've played and we've earned the right to be I don't know if it's a first, second seed, third seed. I mean, that doesn't matter, but we've earned the right to be in the conversation.
Number, not to get like sabermetrics on you or anything, but numbers aside, is there any the rebounding statistics, the regular season wins? Is there any particular number or area that has impressed you the most this regular season?
Well, assist has, because that means you're sharing the ball, and our defensive field goal percentage has till the last 3-4 games. I think we've slumped a little bit in that. Our offensive, 3-point shooting. I mean, when is Michigan State? I mean, we're like 6 percentage points ahead of, and there's some very good Indiana, Michigan, very good 3-point shooting teams in our league. If I let myself, I'd be impressed with a lot of them. But as I told my guys, they can all enjoy it tonight and all enjoy it tomorrow, because tomorrow's off. But Monday, fellas, it's going to be dog eat dog, and we're going to get back on what we got to get better at defensively, what we got to get better at moving the ball. That ball got stagnant some. We're going to get back on all the things that I'm not going to talk about today, because I, too, am going to enjoy a day, and that's where, it's going to be.
Tom, it's funny you led into my next question.
It's because you and I think alike.
We do. With 6 days off now, where's the focus? Where's the preparation?
Well, defensively, it's got to get better. And rebounding, we rebounded pretty well tonight, but, we went, I think, 3 games in a row. We were +4, and we're normally +10 or 11 or 12. And, today we're +10, and, I mean, I didn't think we were great. And I don't think we're cutting out well. I think we got a lot of work there to do, but we got some work on how to get a hand up. People are shooting threes in our face. We got some work on still how we're cutting out better. We got enough work that I don't think I'm going to take a 4-day vacation. I'm going to just stay here and do some work.
Tom, you had plenty of praise for Matt during your senior day speech for him, and you talked about not wasting words. Did you kind of change any words over the course of this year for him that kind of turned him into the first player to average a double-double in Big Ten play since day?
You know, you're going to laugh at this, but I push Matt every day. Every day. And some people take it wrong. You know, the one thing I should say to you all, you know, when Matt comes over and he looks like he's yelling back, Matt is the most respectful human being on the planet. And he's been raised that way. And I wouldn't let him do that if he was doing it. He has a different way of seeing it. And how can I argue? Because my way isn't always so easy to accept or see either. But I told you the story. It was like after that Ohio State game, 8:30 in the morning after we get in at 2:30, who's in my office but Matt? And Coach, watch the film. Man, I did this wrong, that wrong, this wrong. Stay on me, stay after me. Denzel, stay on me, stay after me, And somebody read me a quote from one of you guys that Denzel, after the last game, Coach mad at you? Yeah, he should have been. They get it. They get it, and that's why I'm going to miss them, because not everybody gets it. They get it. They know what they want to accomplish personally, and they want to know what they want to accomplish as a team. And you think about it, pretty, ugly, doesn't matter what it is. My job is to push them to accomplish those things each and every day. And I take that job to heart. And don't always do it the right way, but I always do it with the right motivation. And it's all that matters to me, and it's all that matters to them, because they know where I'm coming from.
Tom, bit of a random question of sorts, but what does a day like a senior day do for recruiting? I mean, when you're able to kind of showcase everything that your program's about.
I had a friend of mine who was a priest that left, came back today to watch the game. I have recruits in the stands. I got former players in the stands, and I saw Neitzel, KT, saw Chris. Guys that I just saw. There's probably a million more. The average fan, my wife, the average person out there, if you weren't moved by that, I wouldn't want you. I wouldn't want you. I mean, that to me was very, very hard. And I was very, very proud of our people. Not our players, our people. I mean, those people in the stands, you could tell they gave them respect and love. And we aren't allowed to use that word because we're macho athletes. They gave them respect and love. And they did it at the highest level. And I think our players have given them respect and love back. And damn. And that's what it should be all about, no matter if you're a recruit, a mom, a dad, a little kid, a 90-year-old mother like my mother was here today. I'm going to ask her what she thought of it, If she didn't like it, I'm going to have to kick her out tonight. She might have to get a hotel room or something. I don't know. But
one more about the seniors legacy. We asked Denzel to describe it the other day, and he talked a lot about improvement from all four guys from when they got here to now. Where do these guys, I know you don't like to rank, but where do these guys rank as far as, improvement from when they got here to where they are today?
Well, I think Denzel's improved a ton. He was barely a top 100 player. Matt Costello was barely a top 100 player. Bryn Forbes, I don't know if he was a top 100 player, and Kobe was not a player. So, I'd like to sit up here and beat my chest and say, see what I turned him into? It didn't happen that way. I mean, I'll be the first to tell you, my assistants did a great job. Managers probably did a great job. But those kids, it's like I always look at millionaires. And the first thing I say is, that millionaire, is that handed down or is that earned, worked? Nothing was handed down for these guys. And I sure as hell didn't hand anything down. They worked. They earned it. They did it. And I'm not sure any group has come from here to here, no matter what happens next week or the week after, like this group has. And it's usually praise for the end of the year instead of the end of the regular season. But must mean they move me too, and I appreciate people. I was sitting in my hotel room 2 days at Rutgers, and the Bad Boys thing came on. And when Isaiah Thomas said at the end, I gave him everything I had nothing left. I looked at those four guys today and I said, I think you guys have given me everything you've had, but you better have something left. And that's the way I look at it.
Sean with the last one.
Tom, kind of getting back to the assists and unselfishness, the cerebral quality of this team. And today, Ohio State ran you guys off the three-point line for a while, and it ended up as a layup line in a way for you. How much of that to you is part of that assist? I mean, it's not just the unselfish.
Well, Elvin Ellis made one today that I had never seen him make. You know, he caught it and he hit Marvin Clark so quick. I think, you know, I'd like to say that Denzel wears off on you, you know. It's like magic wears off on our whole program because we know he brought the pass back to basketball. And I sell that a lot, you know, with guys. And when Mateen's back, I have them talk to guys about how important. And then to watch Day-Day in the NBA. And, you know, there's just something about this place right now where I think that's the way people look at it. And I'm proud they look at it that way. But I don't want to lose here. I don't care how good we get. I don't care who we recruit. I don't care who we don't recruit. I don't want to lose the blue-collarness. I don't want to lose the egoless way of doing things. I don't want to lose the work ethic. And I don't want to lose the respect that players have for the players before, the fans that are here now. And those things are going to be staples when I leave that I'm going to dedicate my own wall to because, man, this team taught me a lot. This team taught me a real lot on how and why to keep pushing. And happy I didn't give in to them, but I'm happy they hung in there with me. Thanks a lot.